Australian charities are preparing themselves for a tsunami of need as the country's cost of living crisis worsens. Soup kitchens are seeing a dramatic increase in demand, and there are fears rising interest rates will lead to higher levels of homelessness.
These are some of the faces of the cost of living crisis. Victorians who are homeless or at risk of homelessness forced to reach out to charities such as the Salvation Army for shelter and a hot meal. KJ makes a living selling the Big Issue magazine. She's a long-term visitor of the Magpie Nest on Melbourne's Burke Street, a cafe operated by the Salvation Army's 614 project.
We get a rise in our pensions and whatever, but then our gas, electricity, everything else goes up, so it counteracts it, so it's really not a rise. We're actually worse off than we are.
Dell's also a regular. She lost her partner a year ago and craves the human connection 614 provides, fearing if she didn't have the Salvation Army, she'd be back on the street.
I don't know where I'd go, I'd probably starve. Price of meat is just out, it's just crazy.
An army of volunteers serve about 100 people breakfast every morning and double that for lunch.
We've already started to see new faces. So there are people that in the past, some of them have actually donated to the Salvation Army and organisations like ours, and now they find themselves in a situation where they're having to reach out for help.
Treasurer Jim Chalmers warns Australia's economic pressures will get worse before they get better. Inflation is forecast to peak at the end of the year, directly impacting demand for these types of services.
Mortgages are going up. There's only so much milk in the cow. And Australia's going to be tough next couple of years.
Usually the atmosphere is pretty jolly because people are thankful that they're getting a meal, but in recent months that atmosphere has started to change, and there's starting to be an increase in tension in the air, and I think the uncertainty about the economy, the uncertainty about how people will survive, the uncertainty about how people will pay energy bills, particularly in a cold winter.
Australians who are in a position to help are encouraged to donate or volunteer.
We feel there's a tsunami coming towards us, a tsunami of need.
As the nation prepares for a once-in-a-generation economic challenge. Julia Bradley, Sky News, Melbourne.